to Defranco Movie Club. My name is Jenny, aka ClassyLibrarian, and this week's movie was Platoon. And the thing that really was different for this film, which is a war film, for me, is that it's such a cinematic war film. Nowadays, when we have war films, we're so intent on making it as gritty and as realistic and as in the moment as possible that it gets lost in shaky cam and you're in with the characters, but you don't really get a feeling like if you're watching an epic battle in, I don't know, an action film, you are rooted into the action in a different way. And the way that this has worked, and the way that the music plays in with these scenes, and the way that the shots are done, I'm not going to spoil anything, but there is probably one of the most beautiful death scenes in terms of cinematic just movement that I've ever seen in this film. It's one of those ones which, the way that it's built up and the way that it's done is in itself amazing. You'll know when you see it in the film. The way that the music works and the way that everything just cuts together so well is amazing. Charlie Sheen, I honestly haven't seen much of his work. I know he had some issues a few years ago. This has changed him in terms of more modern life, but this is the first thing I think I've seen him in without any sort of, just him on his own, and he did a really great job. He manages to take a character that could be a bit one-dimensional and, again, throws in so much character into what is basically the audience, who are the one arriving in the war, and this film starts with bodies and you can almost predict how it's going to end. It's just a matter of trying to predict which characters are going to make it. William Dafoe just steals the show for me, though. He is amazing in this. His character is just brilliant. I've got to give kudos to all the actors. I mean, most of this cast you will recognise. There's Dr. Cox in this, which is weird, but I loved his character. Like, all the way through this film, you will see, oh, it's that face, and it's that face, and it's that guy, and with all these brilliant character actors thrown in together in this very dark film that's kind of a realistic interpretation of war in a strange way. It's just amazing because you get the personalities of the characters in the short amount of time that you meet them. The colour palette for this film I really love because for the most part it's set in these grey, bluey, greeny tinges, which are the uniform and the jungle. And then when you get red, which you do get quite a lot of, just it glows on screen. Your eyes are immediately drawn to it, and you feel the scene in a different way. There's some aspects of the plot which I didn't particularly like, but then again, I don't particularly like war movies. I don't particularly like the concept of war in its own right, which is probably going to lose me some subscribers. I like this film. This is a beautifully shot, amazingly edited, brilliantly acted film with an interesting script. Considering I know so little about the Vietnam War, all I really know about it is, in American TV series where it's got a father or a grandfather going, balls up man, I was in Nam, and all that sort of thing, and I don't really know too much about it, so it was a really interesting experience to get to know a bit better. Please don't use that quote, that was a really poorly done quote. And yeah, that's my review. I would definitely recommend it if you're over a certain age. This is about the horrors of war. There are horrific incidents on both sides of this company. It's got the people that you're rooting for, and then it's got, everyone is a victim of war. There are no winners, there are no heroes. It's a really interesting film and I would recommend it. And that's it. Sorry it's up so late. I understand if I don't get featured. It's been such a long week. Next week I'll try and be up super early, just to compensate. And hello to subscribers, both old and new, and as always, I am down in the comments and I will be commenting back to every single comment because that's what I do unless you are super creepy. And that's it. Bye guys.